Arnab talked about the whole situation with his mother. How could he study if he did not get a scholarship this time? His mother had never been to Kolkata, nor did she know anything about the special prestige given to the term college student. "Haven't you studied enough?" she asked. "No, Ma," Arnab replied, "but please don't worry about me. I will manage somehow even without a scholarship. So many poor students live in Kolkata. I'll just be one of them." The night before he was to leave, he could not sleep at all. His heart trembled. It felt tight inside his throat. Would he really be in Kolkata in less than 24 hours? Kolkata! He had heard so much about it. There were huge libraries where one could walk in and spend the whole day in the reading room. All night he lay in his bed. The thick branches of the tamarind tree behind the house made everything look darker. Why was it taking so long for dawn to break? Perhaps, he would not get to go to Kolkata. So many people died suddenly too. Oh God, please don't let him die without seeing Kolkata, without studying in a college, at least for a few days. Please, please, God. He did not know anyone in the city, nor was he familiar with its streets. All he had was an address his friend Vivek had given him a few months ago. It was the address of one of his uncles.
"All you have to do is mention my name. My uncle will look after you,"
Vivek had said, and he had a street map of the city torn from an old railway timetable. Arnab kept both pieces of paper in his pocket. Before getting into the train, he had seen a big city before, but even so, Kolkata surprised him. He came out of the Sialda railway station and stood staring at the flow of traffic on the road outside. What were those vehicles? Trams? And those speeding silently? They must be motor cars. There was something like a wheel attached to the ceiling of the station master's room, spinning with great speed. An electric fan, he guessed. Vivek's uncle lived in a lane near Amherst Street. It was very difficult to find his house. With the help of his map, Arnab at least managed to find Harrison Road and the right house. Anil Babu, Vivek's uncle, welcomed Arnab with great kindness and ordered a meal for him immediately. After his meal, Arnab went up to the roof and stretched out on the floor. It was now quite dark. He felt very tired. Nothing, however, could take away his excitement. He was finally in the city of his dreams. The house Anil Babu lived in was not his own. It was, in fact, a hostel where many other men lived. Arnab began going out from the next day to look for the job of a private tutor and to see which college would have him as a free student. Eventually he found Ripon College and thought it was the best college for him. The building was tall and large, which impressed Arnab. He completed the necessary forms and was admitted. Then he went in with another boy to inspect the classrooms. There were electric fans in each room. The other boys showed him where the switches were. Arnab spent a few enjoyable moments switching them on and off. He began going to college, but realized soon enough that staying in Anil Babu's hostel was going to be difficult. There was nowhere he could study. 3 other men shared his room. Arnab felt like he didn't belong there. He had never lived anywhere with so many adults. But what could he do? He had very little money, but he had promised his mother he would send her money when he got a scholarship. There was no chance of getting a scholarship now. What was he going to tell his mother? How was she going to manage? Things changed a little a month later. Anil Babu found Arnab a job. He would have to teach a young boy for 15 rupees a month. The money wasn't much, but something was better than nothing. About the same time he learned that the other boys in his college were sharing a room somewhere. They agreed to let Arnab live with them. Arnab went to live with them happily enough. At least he was now going to be with his new friends and could also manage some time to study.